August 15, 1977. Ohio. 11:16 p.m. The Big Ear radio telescope detects something, a radio signal, from deep space. 72 seconds long. So strong, so unusual, that when astronomer Jerry Ehman sees the printout, he circles it and writes one word: wow. The signal matched exactly what scientists expected from extraterrestrial intelligence. It has never been detected again. Was it aliens? The wow signal remains unexplained. The wow signal, one of the most intriguing detections in the history of SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. SETI began in 1960, when astronomer Frank Drake conducted the first systematic search for radio signals from alien civilizations. The idea is simple. Advanced civilizations might use radio waves to communicate across space. If we listen with sensitive equipment, we might hear them. The Big Ear radio telescope, built by Ohio State University in 1963, was located in Delaware, Ohio. It was one of the longest-running SETI projects. Then, silence. Astronomer Jerry Ehman was reviewing the printouts days later. When he saw the sequence, he immediately recognized it was extraordinary. He circled it, grabbed a red pen, and wrote in the margin, "Wow." That annotation gave the signal its name, the wow signal, the most famous detection in SETI history. What made the wow signal so significant? Several factors. First, the frequency. The signal was detected at 1420 MHz. This is the hydrogen line. Hydrogen, the most common element in the universe, emits natural radio waves at this exact frequency. Scientists theorized that any intelligent civilization would use this frequency to communicate because it's universal. Any civilization studying astronomy would know about hydrogen and would monitor this frequency. It's like a cosmic calling card. Second, the signal was narrowband, meaning it occupied a very specific frequency. Natural cosmic phenomena emit broadband signals across many frequencies, but artificial signals like radio transmissions are narrowband. The wow signal was incredibly narrow, less than 10 kHz wide. This strongly suggested an artificial origin. Third, the signal strength. It was extraordinarily powerful, to be detected from potentially hundreds of millions of light years away. The source would need immense transmitting power or a very focused beam aimed directly at Earth. This wasn't random noise. This was a strong, directed signal. Remember this. The Big Ear telescope could only detect signals while pointing at a specific part of the sky. Due to Earth's rotation, any signal source would only be observable for 72 seconds before it moved out of view. The wow signal lasted exactly 72 seconds, suggesting the source remained in the telescope's field of view the entire time. The signal's origin was traced to the constellation Sagittarius, near the star cluster M55. That's the direction the telescope was pointing when the signal was detected. But here's the problem. When scientists tried to re-observe that same area of sky, days later, weeks later, years later, nothing, no signal. The wow signal was a one-time event. This raises questions. If it was an alien transmission, why only once? Possibilities include that the signal was a brief beacon, sent once and then shut off. Or the source is intermittent, transmitting occasionally, and we just happened to catch it. The beam could have been narrow, sweeping across space like a lighthouse, and Earth was in its path for just 72 seconds before it passed. Or, it wasn't aliens at all. Alternative explanations have been proposed over the decades. Earth-based interference from satellites or military radar could have contaminated the data, but this seems unlikely. The Big Ear was designed to reject terrestrial signals, and the signal's characteristics don't match known interference. In 2017, one astronomer proposed the signal came from comets, which emit hydrogen at 1420 MHz. He claimed a comet was in the right position in 1977, but other scientists disputed this. The comet wasn't discovered until much later, and its position doesn't perfectly match. Also, comets emit broadband signals, not narrowband, like the wow signal. Perhaps it was a natural astrophysical source, like a magnetar, a neutron star with an extremely strong magnetic field. But magnetars typically emit across many frequencies and usually repeat. The wow Signal did not. Interstellar scintillation, where radio waves are briefly focused by plasma, could explain a strong brief signal, but it's random and doesn't explain the narrowband nature. Despite decades of searching, the WOW signal has never been detected again. After the initial detection, the Big Ear telescope repeatedly scanned that area of sky for years. Nothing. Other radio telescopes around the world have pointed at the same coordinates. Still nothing. In 1995 and 1996, the Very Large Array in New Mexico searched the area for over 100 hours. Nothing. In 2012, on the 35th anniversary, the Arecibo Observatory transmitted a response toward the signal's origin. No reply has been received. The Big Ear telescope itself was dismantled in 1998 to make way for a golf course expansion. A tragedy for many scientists. The telescope that made one of the most significant potential detections in SETI history was destroyed for recreation. Modern SETI projects continue searching, but none have matched the WOW signal. So what was it? The honest answer is we don't know. It could have been aliens. A deliberate transmission from an advanced civilization 220 million years ago, because that's how long the signal took to reach Earth. If it was aliens, they might be gone now, extinct, moved, or simply not transmitting anymore. It could be a natural phenomenon we don't yet understand. The universe is full of mysteries. As our technology improves, we might find natural explanations for what seemed artificial in 1977, or it could be terrestrial interference. Some unknown source on Earth or in orbit that mimicked an extraterrestrial signal. This is the most mundane explanation, but it can't be ruled out. The WOW signal represents something profound about humanity's search for cosmic companions. We are, as far as we know, alone in this vast universe. But we keep searching, listening, hoping for a sign that we're not.